Next on the agenda, we're going to be talking about some cards that we don't have out in English yet. We're going to be really awkward about this and go in order of the sets as they were released in Japan, which is how they should have been released in English. But for one card that came along and spoiled the fun. So we'll start with set 10, which kind of means we have to start with the trial decks, which are out on October the 4th. Thanks guys for getting me some for my birthday. Because we need to talk about the two, the Eradicator and the Liberator trial decks, because they have an important card in each of them, in the form of Eradicator Vowing Sword Dragon and Solitary Liberator Gancelot. Cue big evil smile from you. But then again, Vowing Sword Dragon means big evil smile from me because I'm making that deck. So,
and then we all gang up on Phil with what trial deck are you getting, Phil?
Oh
yeah.
Wait, no, he's okay. Bermuda. We will start with Vowing Sword Dragon, who, when an Arakami rides it, the Vanguard will get plus 10,000 power, and you choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards and retire it.
Bye bye, Silent Tom.
Yeah, especially if you're playing an Oracle player. Because Silent Tom will still have a field day against like all the cross rides, all the break rides even, because it's all the kind of base power for everything kind of drops down to back to 11k for a while. And Solitary Liberator Gancelot, who when a Gold Paladin rides it, the Vanguard of course, as is standard for all break rides, so I don't know why I keep saying it, but yeah, gets plus 10k, and you choose, up to 3 of your Gold Paladin rear guards and give them plus 5,000 power until the end of turn.
Stand triggers.
Thoughts, Mr. Ed?
Yes, I'll be running quite a few.
How many trial decks are you buying?
Maybe.
I know I'm after. I know I'm after 3 of my one.
Probably 3. So then you get Blaster Blades at the same time.
Oh yeah, because you
2 cards. Along with a brand new heal trigger.
Is it actually 2 Blaster Blades in this?
It's 1 Blaster Blade Liberator in each trial deck.
Why are they still only doing 1?
Because that's the signature. That's the signature card you get on the front.
It's like the Royal Paladin one. Although, to be fair, they were a bit nicer about it back then because of course he was just a triple rare in a triple rare and an SP in set 1, whereas in set 10 he's only available as an SP.
Yeah, I'm just going to be saving myself some money.
Which would be very shiny if you could get one. We did it when it comes to set 10, which we're just about to talk about. We were originally going to buy, how many was it, 6? We were thinking of buying 6 boxes and doing like a mass opening of that on like some sort of live stream thing, but we're not doing that now because we're too poor.
No money. No money.
We're in a recession, by the way.
Are we still?
Yes.
Damn.
Nah, sort of.
I have noticed. We're just too poor, I think.
Generally not got much money, yeah.
Yeah, we need to buy stuff like, food, taxes.
And Vanguard.
What is food?
So this leads us on to set 10 itself, Triumphant Return of the King of Knights. Which clan shall we discuss first? Shall we continue with the Eradicators and the Liberators?
Yeah, go on then.
Let's go with the Eradicators.
The big players.
It's all their fault that the set's been switched for set 11 over here. That's not fair. Curse your Bushy Road for making such an OP card. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, OP card which we use.
Shut up! It's not been restricted here. Yet. Draconic Descendant. It's so mean. To be fair, it is quite mean. I mean, limit break 4, counter boss 1, discard 3 Eradicators from your hand. At the end of the battle that this unit did not hit, you may pay the cost and it stands again and gains a critical as well. So you can swing with it unboosted knowing that you can do that.
So hang on, question. If your hands say it's massive, because you're running loads of draw triggers, as you would in this deck.
As you could do.
Could you do it twice?
You can only use it once per turn. It does say on the card.
That'll make it even more broken.
That would do.
Then you just run draw triggers, wouldn't you?
You may pay the cost if you do stand this unit and it gets critical +1 until the end of turn. This ability cannot be used for the rest of that turn.
Otherwise, a crit would stack as well.
Yes.
Ugh.
Can you imagine?
It's bad enough as it is.
I know.
Oh, by the way, counterboss 2 cards with Eradicator in its card name. This unit gets power plus 5,000 until the end of the turn. You can boost it before. You can make it attack for 16 on its own and then use its limit break.
And then stand it up again and then use the booster card behind it.
Exactly. It stands, now attacks force up to 26,000 with a crit.
Stupid. Don't like that.
I do.
Get used to it. We're going to be playing against it.
But not immediately.
Merry Christmas! Because of course set 10 comes out on December the 13th over here in the UK.
Yes, when
And
we're all
of course
skinned
Mary.
from buying Christmas presents. Thank you, Bushy Road.
Bushy Road, I see what you did there. There is a slightly not so restricted troll in the form of Eradicator Gauntlet Buster Dragon, who is also a pain. Because it seems to be, it's either like... Well, now that Descendant has been restricted to 2 in Japan, more people now run like Varying Sword Dragon, so they'll run like Varying Sword Dragon in maybe 2 or 3, and then 2 or 3 Gauntlet Buster Dragon and 2 Descendant, because they can just superior ride him like you can with Azel. Or Metatron. Yes. So Gauntlet Buster Dragon skill, which of course is, let me look at it because I'm going to not make any secret of the fact I'm looking at my phone for this. Limit Break 4, when an opponent's rearguard is put into the drop zone with one of your cards' effects, this unit gets power plus 3000, critical plus 1 until the end of turn. That's a Limit Break 4, of course. And then it's got an activated ability of counterblasting 2 Eradicators. Your opponent chooses one of his or her rearguards and retires it.
Well, that was stacked.
It's an activated ability, so yes.
Perfect
With
guard.
auto. Yes. If you've got a perfect guard, you will need it. So there is that. I'm going to have a good Christmas, aren't I?
I'm not.
Liberators. So, Liberator of the Round Table, Alfred, Mr. Ed.
Yay.
Alfred. Kill me now for saying that one. I'm so sorry. I don't even need to look at this, do I?
Probably.
I was killing you now.
An Alfred that can be boosted. You must be so pleased.
It's not Alfred Early.
Oh yeah, true. Limit Break 4. This unit, during your turn, this unit gets power plus 2000 for each of your rearguards with Liberator in its card name.
Which your entire deck would be that.
You would do. You'd have to base the deck around that one.
Yeah,
Counterblast 2 Liberators. Look at the top card of your deck, search for 1 gold paladin from among them, call it to an open rearguard, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck.
Watch it be a perfect guard.
It's like only when it's you, or a heal trigger. Because you're extremely good at that.
Even though I have seen Aichi do it to a heal trick, not a heal, he did it to a perfect
He
guard
did. He
once.
has superior called a mark.
Mm.
He's quite good at that too. Weirdly, that's the only triple rare that they get, and that's it. Alfred. But then again, I
They
suppose
don't need it. 4 Alfred, 4 Gan slots. Done.
All the break rides are Jawars, aren't they?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Except the ones that are in trial decks.
No.
Easy to get.
No, they're not.
Why not?
Genesis.
Oh god.
The new
Now.
plan.
Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Genesis, there are now annotations all over the screen to several videos we've done because I've got some Genesis.
Some. He says some.
A deck. It is still our most popular upload at the time of saying at the time of filming this. The video I did that covered all the Genesis stuff before they announced the triple rares.
And then you fell in love and thought, yeah.
And then I made a deck.
And most people won't have played against or probably used this deck
See,
yet.
I've been-
Except us, because we have experience playing against it.
I've been doing you guys a favour.
Be very afraid.
So how do you think Genesis is going to change anything? The addition of this new
I
plan.
I hate to say, from what I've seen, from sort of what I've seen of Japanese tournament results, they haven't made as much of an impression over there as I would have liked.
Is that just because they're early? They haven't had a lot of support yet, whereas a lot of ones like now with Kami have had quite a lot of sets.
They have only had
Just
at the moment set 10 and set 11. They had the cards that
There's a couple in the Fighters collection, isn't there?
the card.
One new card, a few reprints.
And with the announcement, although that said, of course, we do know that there is another trial deck. They're getting a trial deck, and they are going to apparently also get support in booster set 14.
That's a little ways
Which
off.
means that they're getting a subtype, which is believed to be called Successor. Because the trial deck is called Successor of the Sacred Regalia, I think.
Do you think that'll make the comeback?
Now,
That'll be Zaki's
with set 10, the Fighters Collection, and the trial deck, 3 break rides.
Yeah, first
We
one
don't
to have
know-
that.
We don't yet know what the third one in the trial deck does yet, but of the 2 that are out, I think Metis from the Fighters Collection is the better one. Himiko's pretty good too, because I believe she gives the Vanguard plus 10k. You get the ability of when this unit attacks, you may Soul Blast 3 and draw a card, but you also give, is it 2 or 3 rear guards plus 3k?
2.
Why have I not looked at this? I probably should have looked at it. When a Genesis rises unit, choose up to two of your Genesis rearguards. Each unit gets power plus 5,000 until the end of turn. Pretty good. And then of course there's the other triple rare, which you two are both very, very familiar with. Eternal Goddess Iwanagahime.
Again, another Tom killer. A very reliable.
So Limit Break 4, Soul Blast 6, retire your opponent's front row rearguards. It's like Vermilion, but they can't do anything about it.
I can only think of one card that is immune to that.
Stamp Sea Otters.
Yeah. But you're not going to have them on the
You
front
won't
row
play
unless
them
it's
on
an
the front
emergency.
Yeah.
If you know...
But no, unless they're playing them, then you swap
If you see them
it.
drive checking in Iwanagahime, it's the only card they've got, you'll be like, well, I don't want you doing that. Push them forward. But that's the only scenario where you do that.
Yeah, but then you're sacrificing safety for one attack.
True.
The thing about Genesis is that they're a good deck, but you have to make sure that you don't over soul charge. Now, Dark Irregular players will be very, very, very familiar with this problem. Especially those. I mean, we know a very good friend who uses No Life King Death
Two
Anchor.
of them do.
Oh yeah, no, two.
Two of them
right.
do.
Yes. And decking out is...
thing is nasty.
Well, the idea is you're not supposed to get them to 5 damage for a start.
Kill them at 4.
Number 4.
So that's what you're supposed to do. Supposed to. Yes. I mean, what I found through playing with things like, because the deck I have, which you'll see in the deck profile if you click on it, that's a Artemis deck, which has got Iwanagahime in it, but no break rides. What I found is if you soul charge any more than 12, if the game goes on too long, you're in trouble. But 12 is the best number. And you can at that point kind of start to slow it down.
And you can rewrite a different Vanguard depending on what the situation of the game is anyway, can't you?
True. Spike Brothers.
Yeah, Spike Brother player over there.
Spike Brothers become even more of a pain in set 10 thanks to Mr. Bad and Dragger.
Gives them a much needed boost because they haven't had any cards for quite a long time.
I mean, it's not just Bad and Dragger. There are a couple of other cards that help kind of provide more pressure. But Bad and Dragger, which is of course is the break ride, when a Spike Brother rides this unit, choose your Vanguard that unit gets power plus 10,000 and auto. When one of your Spike Brothers rearguards attack, that unit gets power plus 10,000 until the end of that battle, and at the end of that battle, put the unit on the bottom of your deck until the end of turn.
Oh God! Player. The thing is, you could use that to attack with both of your front row rear guards. Then you attack with the Dudley Emperor, use his limit break, and you've got yourself another 2 rear guards who still get that plus 10k rule.
I believe that there has been a guy in Japan who has been winning tournaments there with using at least 9 grade 3s.
Put some draw triggers in there or something as well.
It might even more crits.
Might even be more.
In a Spike Brothers deck.
To be fair,
you hit hard before everyone sets up.
To be fair, you'd get a lot of hits in though. You don't necessarily
That's
need
the thing.
crit because you're going to hit, call. Constantly.
He's attacking 5 times in a turn for big numbers.
Set 11.
Set 11. Seal Dragons Unleashed.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by Kagero players, I believe.
Kagero.
Kind of.
There's the new starter.
I'm theoretically surrounded by Kagero.
I used to be one.
An Angel Feather.
Yep, we'll get to those next. But first, Kagero.
Kagero.
Dauntless Drive Dragon. Oh God.
Oh God.
Was it your Limit Break 4, your Vanguard gets plus, the Kagero that rides it gets plus 10k, and is it the ability of discarding 3 cards from the hand and it stands again?
Yeah, the one that Morikawa uses
Dauntless the End Drive.
And this card, this deck set is out very soon.
Yes, we get it because
2 months.
Set 10 reasons.
We're getting set 11.
October 25th.
October, yes.
When a Kagero rides this unit, choose one of your Vanguards and gets power plus 10,000 and choose 3 cards from your hand and discard them. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked, if this unit did not stand during this turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit.
Now, it says that if this unit did not stand this turn, so you'd have to do that stand before you did any other stands.
It means that if you
break
ride the end and it didn't stand, you can discard 3 cards and stand it anyway.
Which is what you'd do, wouldn't you? You'd break ride the end.
Yeah.
That's what...
then after you use that stand, then you Persona Blast.
You'll have had 2 drive checks in your turn, so you've got more chance of pulling into another one.
But you are
That's what happened in the anime.
ditching free to pay it, so...
And I actually still won by rewriting Gamma-Slots twice.
Yeah.
Double break
How
ride.
about that?
Brake riding a brake ride.
And a break.
Again. Plot armor's a pain.
He actually
right?
broke the game.
And of course, there is also Hellfire Seal Dragon Blockade Inferno.
Which
Yes.
Miwa uses.
Mr. Crossride.
What do we think about Mr.
Remind me what he does, because regular blockade, his only ability is that you can't
Your
intercept.
opponent, your opponent can't
Hang
intercept?
on, this guy right here.
Yeah,
Right
that guy.
there.
This guy right here.
Yeah, that guy.
Remind me his ability.
Limit Break 4, counterblast 2 cards with Seal Dragon in its card name, retire all your opponent's grade 2 rear guards, and this unit gets power plus 10,000.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
If you have a card named Seal Dragon Blockade in your soul, this unit gets power plus 2,000.
That's pretty
So, again, bye-bye Silent Dawn.
So if you have interceptors, you won't do any more.
nice.
And if you've got grade 3 rear guards, then you're not intercepting anyway.
But if you're playing against someone who have that, you wouldn't have that power anyway, would you? You'd make sure everyone's grade 3 just to keep hitting. And keep the grade 2s in your hand just for guards.
The blockade, the Seal
So
Dragon
does it
deck...
keep a silent tone in a hand?
And then break
It
ride, then
prevents
put it
them
down.
playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The although the Seal Dragon deck I don't think has taken off quite as much as the Dauntless Drive.
No,
Don't
Narukami
deck.
is still kind of like...
The
the
Kagero
main
one's
deck anyway, isn't
kicked off a bit.
Does it?
The break right into sort of the end.
Ah, that build, yeah.
That's because the end's still popular, isn't it, everywhere?
So yeah, it's nice to see Kagero back.
After
Since
6 sets.
extra booster 3, isn't it, really?
Oh yeah, with
I was thinking of. Oh yeah. Next thing to talk about would be the Celestials, then, Mr. Phil.
Celestials, yes, the Angel Falar.
Which one's
Feather.
which? I think.
Bye Metatron, bye-bye.
I don't think so.
Well,
I'm not sure on that
But
one.
don't you need Celestials to power it?
Well, let's start with the break ride. Prophecy Celestial Ramiel. Let's see. Limit break 4. When an Angel Feather rides this unit, choose one card from your damage zone, put it into your hand. Put the top card of your deck into your damage zone. Choose one of your vanguards. It gets power plus 10,000 until the end of turn.
now none of that says Celestials, just Angel Feather.
It just says Angel
So
Feather.
it
You
fits
could
in
actually
any Angel
you
Feather
could actually
deck.
stick it straight into your deck,
Yes.
and it will work. There is the actual Celestial itself, though, which is Solidify Celestial Zerakiel.
Oh, a mouthful.
Try saying that one when you're drunk.
Okay.
I think it would just be easy just to say SCZ.
It's easy.
It's easy. It's easy.
Limit break 4. During your turn, if you have a face-up card named Solidify Celestial Zerakiel in your damage zone, all of your units with Celestial in its card name get power plus 3,000.
That's a fairly consistent thing, as long as it's in there and it's not.
And
flipped
you can
over,
damage swap, so you can get it
You
in
can
there.
you can make
You
sure
can
it's,
even call one to the rear guard and damage switch it with an
you can,
OCL.
yeah you could counterblast it.
Although then no CL
And
wouldn't get
you-
the bonus.
No, but if you ever counterblasted it, it'd be fairly simple to get it flipped back over again with a couple of switches. No biggie. Not in an Angel Feather deck. Nothing's lost and nothing's always forever counterblast.
The other ability is counterblast 2 cards with Celestial in its card name to give it a power plus 5,000 until the end of turn. There's a lot of counterblasting and plus 5,000. And there is a little bit of Aquaforce, which you should theoretically be interested in, but you're not as interested as you maybe should be.
And I'll get them if they appear before me. I'm not going to hunt for them.
Aquaforce gets Blue Flight Dragon Transcore Dragon. When an Aquaforce rides this unit, choose one of your vanguards, gets power plus 10,000, and auto, when this unit attacks a vanguard, your opponent may choose a card from his or her hand and discard it. If your opponent does not, until the end of that battle, this unit gets critical plus 1, and your opponent cannot call units to Guardian Circle from his or her hand until the end of turn. Until the end of turn?
What?
Ugh.
End of turn.
Yeah.
No guarding that turn
Yes, you discard a card, or you can't guard.
at all that turn.
That for
Not just that
for the
attack.
rest of that turn, because of course Aquaforce means that you'll probably attack with a few rear guards first,
Dazzles.
in case of stand triggers.
Never empty your hand before he gets to use his thing. Do you remember with an
See?
Utama player?
You want that card now. Ugh. And of course, what was the other one? The other we dislike that one so much that we're going to move on very quickly. Last card Ravon. That one is Limit Break 4, Cannibals 1. When this unit attacks a vanguard, if the number of Aquaforce you have as rest in your front row is 3, so it includes itself when it attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, this unit gets power plus 3,000, critical plus 1 until the end of that battle. It also has the activated ability of Cannibals 1, it gets plus 2.
So effectively, that could have free crit if that's the one you break ride with.
Ugh.
Oh God, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, but what if you only have 2 cards in hand?
Ugh. GG, yo. One Genesis card of note, which you guys have had to put up with. God, it's a good luck Fortuna.
Oh, the
Oh,
one
no.
that didn't work.
Oh no!
She's so crafty.
I drive checkered a thing that's not a trigger. Let me discard it and Soul Blast 3 and try again.
He's forgetting the fact he did that to me about how many times was it?
I will, in the eyes of Kado Takudesu, and no disrespect to the guy because we're subscribed to him, he's pretty good, you know. In his deck profile for Fortuna, he said, you know, you'll hit a trigger with her skill unless you're pretty bad at Vanguard. So in which case, I'm really bad at
You're the
Vanguard.
worst player in the world.
so bad.
How
at
You
many
are the
times
worst.
did you use the skill?
4?
About
My record is actually Soul Blasting a total of 12 to do my drive check about
That's
a total of
yeah.
6 times.
was that against me? Was that against someone else?
I think that was against you. Although I did do it against you when I last used the deck.
Yes, and you
And I
didn't
did
get one.
no, because I got the double heal, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, by that point in the game, I decked out at the next turn. So
Yes!
if I could
Jammy win!
if I could have attacked with the Vanguard, you would have lost. That covers the main cards from set 11 then,
Set 11.
unless we count Eradicator Sweep Command Dragon.
What does that do?
Aha!
That's not
Oh,
important.
that's never a good laugh.
That's not an important
Aha.
card, surely.
Limit Break 4, Counterblast 2, and Soul Blast 2. When an opponent's rearguard is put in the drop zone by any of your card's effects, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card, choose one of your opponent's rearguards from the front row, retire it, and this unit gets power plus 5,000 until the end of turn. And breathe!
So he gets retired 2 things at the same time.
This is the card that we get first instead of Descendant. So expect to see that one from me soon.
Oh, Jesus.
That'll be one to watch out for.
Also, choose one of your rearguards with Eradicator in its card name and put it into your soul. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's rearguards in the front row and retire it.
So basically it fuels itself.
Yes. I sense a re-ride in order. Or even a break ride, that would do just fine as well. Oh, I nearly forgot that one.